Hello again, guys. Today is Wednesday, May 20th, and let's review today and tomorrow's work. So, again, here is our calendar coming up for this unit, next 4 weeks. Today we are on May 20th, and tomorrow, May 21st, where we are going to look at why does globalization increase day 1 and 2. Friday is a flex makeup day. Okay, next week, just a 3-day week, one assignment, a little bit longer, flex Friday. And then the final week is to work on our globalization project. Hopefully you've had a chance to look that over, okay? Perfect. Okay, Wednesday, May 20th. Let's get started. Objective, why has there been an increase in globalization in the 20th and 21st centuries? Okay, I'll do the intro with you guys, and you can do the rest on your own. Directions, read the description below, then respond to the prompts. Some historians argue that globalization started in the late 1400s when explorers like Christopher Columbus and Vasco da Gama sailed to parts of the world that had little direct contact with one another, like Europe and the Americas.
I didn't know where you were.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
you.
So, start over. Like Europe and the Americas. Southern and Eastern Africa and Southern and Southeast Asia. Okay, these were very remote areas. After the turning point that was the age of exploration, the pace of globalization increased because of the innovations in technology and the motivations to gain wealth and exchange culture. A lot has changed since the 15th century. Read the descriptions of the methods for globalization spread in the 15th century and then explain how we address those same needs today. Okay, so in the 15th century, people communicated over long distances by writing letters that were carried by messengers on foot, horseback, or ship. Today, we communicate over long distances by what? Email. We communicate by text messages, phone calls, what else? FaceTime, Skype, WhatsApp, Snapchat, Instagram, lots of things, right? Okay. In the 15th century, people traded over long distances by shipping goods on foot with the help of horse-drawn wagons or on ships to markets where they were sold to buyers in person. If traders from Europe or Africa wanted to trade in the Americas, it took between 8 and 12 weeks to sail one way. Okay, how do we trade over long distances? For small things, we have mail carriers. For larger things, like we have like Amazon, that you can buy and 2-day ship things, which is much quicker than 8, 12 weeks one way. Over long distances, we have freight ships, we have trains, we have the 18-wheel trucks, we have cargo planes, lots of different ways. Not by horse, not by foot. Okay, so today and tomorrow you're going to look at 3 reasons of how globalization has increased. Okay, the first is the innovation of communication technology. So looking over the course of when paper, our first real kind of communication technique, was invented in 105 CE, all the way up to Twitter being launched in 2006. Okay, so you have this timeline, a short little paragraph, and a very short clip from Bill and Melinda Gates. Okay, 3 questions to answer for today. Tomorrow, Thursday, May 21st. Reason 2 and number 3 for increased globalization is the innovation of transportation. Okay, specifically from the last 60, 70 years, 1960s forward. Okay, looking at container ships and things like that. So here is a container ship. It's a very, very big boat that carries lots of these small containers that can then be also put onto big 18-wheel trucks or carried across countries by train. Okay, so read the short paragraph, watch the video, look at the chart, look at the images, and answer 3 questions. Then the last reason is the availability and access to inexpensive and highly skilled labor. So people that get paid low amounts of money, but also are highly skilled or highly educated. Okay, there's a short couple little paragraphs to read, and then 2 charts. So 2 maps. The first map shows us the global minimum wages per hour in US dollars. So the darker blue it is, the higher people get paid in minimum wages, whereas the lighter it gets is a lower amount. Okay, then you're going to contrast that with the education index. So in the map to the right, the average education of the inhabitants of each country falls into 3 broad categories. High is the green, medium is the yellow, low is the red of educational development. The darkest green represents the most educated population, and the deepest red represents the least educated population. Okay, so what you're going to be doing is kind of to answer some of the questions specifically like this. Where is it? 3C and 3B are asking you about wages and education together. So you're going to have to look at both of those maps in unison, right? So let's look at this. Based on the maps above, which regions of the world have low wages and high education? Low wages and high education. Okay, so we want places that have a lighter color but have a darker green. So a lighter color would be here in Kazakhstan, but notice they are dark green, okay, because they have high education. Where else? We may look at South Africa, not the darkest of greens, but still a green, higher education, but very low green, light shade of gray, high education and low wages. Where else? Libya, they actually get paid a decent amount. Okay, but you get the idea. China, lighter shade, Indonesia, India, okay, all these areas over here too. So let's go back to that question. Based on the maps, which regions of the world have low wages? Right, so we could say China, Indonesia. Why might a multinational corporation want to manufacture goods in these regions? Why would a company want to hire people here? Okay, so companies want to hire, want to employ people who they can pay the lowest amount, but are still highly educated. How would you be? Because they can make more complicated items, products. So like if you're highly educated, you can probably work with technology, make a computer, make all these computer parts, and you need to be highly educated for that, but they don't want to pay you, so that's how that works, okay? And just finish up those couple questions. And that should be it. Tomorrow is Friday, one of your flex days, so if you didn't get a chance to finish anything else up, go and do that. If you need to take a break, you take the break. All right, I will see you guys next week. Remember, Monday is no school, no signing in for attendance, no work if you don't have anything to get done. So take that time, enjoy. Hopefully it's nice weather. And that's it. All right, have a good weekend. Stay safe and healthy.